Lauren Boebert is slammed after launching homophobic attack on Pete Buttigieg, saying he was chest-feeding instead of reading her letter. Boebert has waded into another controversy, this time with Mayor Pete. The nature of the attack involved a reference to chest-feeding. Boebert and Buttigieg were arguing over her taking credit for a bridge. Colorado Representative Lauren Boebert was attacked this week for launching a homophobic insult at Secretary of Transportation Pete Buttigieg. In response to Buttigieg calling the Republican out for erroneously taking credit for the Glenwood Springs South Bridge in Colorado, Boebert made a comment about him chest-feeding. Buttigieg made history when he became the first opening gay U.S. cabinet secretary in 2021, but chest-feeding is a term used by many trans men and non-binary people to describe the act of feeding their newborns from their chest area. Mayor Pete, maybe you were out chest-feeding and missed my letter, but I personally wrote you about this in June 2022. She wrote on X this past Wednesday. She did in fact write a letter to Buttigieg in support of the grant funding for the South Bridge, but the Infrastructure Investment and Jobs Act was passed in 2021, a year before her letter. Additionally, the funding for the South Bridge that Boebert said she secured $51.4 million for actually came from a provision in that same infrastructure law, something she voted against because it wastes hundreds of millions on climate change instead of roads and bridges. Boebert's original post, standing with the Glenwood Springs City Councilor Jonathan Goads and taking credit for the bridge, was made on May 22. Buttigieg struck back the same day. Congresswoman, in what way do you believe that your support helped this project? We chose it because it's a good project and funded it using President Biden's infrastructure package, which you voted against. He wrote on X, quoting her original post. If Boebert was trying to make a point about potentially wasteful spending that was part of the infrastructure law in her clapback to Buttigieg, that got completely lost in the shuffle with her reference to chest feeding. Angry X users descended on her post to sound off about how she was being homophobic by mocking Buttigieg, who has 2 adopted children with husband Chasen. All parents do skin to skin at the birth of their children. It's normal. It's very important for parents of adopted children. Maybe if you paid attention to yours, they wouldn't be going to jail. One X user wrote. This is in reference to Boebert's son Tyler, who was arrested 2 months ago for property theft charges. Boebert this month declined to attend her son's court hearing in favor of making an appearance at Trump's hush money trial in New York. Let's talk about chest feeding with hashtag #BoBothHobo, shall we? One X user wrote, attaching the widely circulated video of Boebert groping her date at a Beetlejuice musical. In fact, many replies combined policy criticisms of her with jabs about her naughty escapades at a Denver theater in September 2023, which included her vaping and taking photos during the performance. You defending taking credit for money you voted against is vile. Par for the course, Groppert, one user wrote. Another wrote, stick to your theater work, bigot. Boebert decided to switch districts and joined the race to replace outgoing Rep. Ken Buck. She's been attacked for being a carpetbagger but has the biggest campaign war chest at $1 million, Colorado Newsline reported in April.